That's right. Donna Kelce, my mother-in-law, is on this coming season of Traitors. Have I watched Traitors? Not a whole season. Am I excited to watch Donna? 1,000%. I'm going to cheer her on till the end of time. I am not going to lie, though. Her innocence and honesty is working against her. Or for her. Ooh, if she's a faithful, maybe it works for her. Oh. We're all on the edge of our seat. I'm excited. Come on, Donna. Win it! Coming up on today's episode, I think the real ones already know what needs to be addressed on Doom Scroll of the Week. The Jason pinup tattoo. I'm still not sure if I have the words, but I'm going to try and find them. And then I'm going to be joined by the 6-time WNBA All-Star and 3-time NCAA championship winning head coach, Philly's own, Coach Dawn Staley. Not going to lie, I'm pretty nervous. Nervous enough to have my armpits sweaty. I'm so excited to talk to her about coaching because she is the coach. Gosh, here we go. But before we get to all that, last week I posed a question to the real ones. What age do we stop wiping our children's butts? And I was hoping that you all could send in your suggestions of when you had that experience, and then we can add them all up, divide by the total. You see what I'm saying? Simple math. As always, the comment section delivered, okay? It says, my oldest will be 7 in August, and it's half and half pooping. She'll let us know if it's a mushy one, oh my God, and needs help. But she's pretty good at washing. When it will be my youngest's turn, I'm not going to trust her. That is so real that you know that it's dependent on the individual involved. It seems that the general consensus can be summed up with this comment: stop wiping before kindergarten. Signed, a kindergarten teacher. Outstanding. Everybody knows around here we love and appreciate all of our educators. So for that, before kindergarten is a hard heck yeah. Now that we've taken care of that, let's move on to a brand new edition of Can I Be Honest? My kids are officially done with their school year, so I thought I'd get honest about summer break as a parent. Everybody knows that when school lets out, that means we have all day, every day, at home with each other. It's so much fun. We're having fun. But this summer is the first summer where the girls are actually going to do some camps. And when I say camps, I mean they're 5 and 4, guys. We're doing it's like a 3 to 4 day situation. I think it's maximum 3 hours. It's just to get them out somewhere else, anywhere else, and moving around. I will say that our age range right now, 5 to, I don't even know how old the youngest one is. 10 weeks, 11 weeks. I don't know. You get it. She's new. It's hard to find an activity for everyone. So as long as I can hook Finn to the front of me, and everybody else has their shoes on, we get the heck out. I don't know. Oh, Queen Emma put this in the rundown. She put, what are the best time-consuming summer activities for toddlers? I'm going to tell you right now, I am a tried and true water table lady. Okay? Now, the number of times I have to say, don't drink it, enough to send anybody over the edge. Okay? Especially with 3 of them. Because you're telling each of them individually, do not drink the water in the water table. And then on top of that, you're trying to tell them not to convince each other to then drink the water in the water table. I think the key is not to give them anything that resembles a cup. But who are we kidding? I gave them a shovel a couple weeks ago and they tried to drink it out of that. I will say, either send them out in a bathing suit, or know that they are going to need to completely change clothes when you are done. And if your child plays nicely in a water table and you do not need to change their clothes after, you're a rice sensory bin mom. I said what I said. I said what I said. You do kinetic sand in the house. Do you see what I'm saying? That's it for Can I Be Honest about summer break. Next up, it's time. At the time of this recording, it's been exactly 4 days, 17 hours, and 34 minutes since I first doom scrolled upon the Pinup Jason tattoo. If you haven't seen this image yet, shield your eyes. I'm kidding. Queen Emma, hit it. God. It is, for my listeners, I genuinely don't even know where to start. My response to this was, excuse me? And I still stand by that because this image, for my listeners, is an image of my husband kneeling with one hand behind his head, pumping his boobs out and arching his back. Oh my God. It's describing it. Oh God, describing it is even worse than, it's even worse. And he has an eagle in his crotch. I don't know how else to say that. Someone then commented and said, my first thought was, what's Kylie going to say about this? And I replied to that, Kylie doesn't even know where to start. Wow. Couple things that I have learned since seeing this tattoo. Apparently it is 2 years old. That's right. This sucker has been in existence for the last 2 years. The other thing I have learned is that it is on a woman and that that she lost a bet, that she's actually a Giants fan who lost a bet with her husband. And her husband is an Eagles fan. Apparently they do bets like this all the time. She has a lot of tattoos, so I guess it isn't that crazy that she put this on her body. A couple things that I want to address. There's a bunch of people in the comments of this TikTok that are very confused about the eagle crotch, and they think that it's like someone creatively came up with that. If you search the body image issue when the Eagles offensive line was in it, they had Eagles masks. So it doesn't make it better. It doesn't make this doesn't make it better. They had Eagles masks on their crotch. Oh, I will say that if you have not seen this yet, it is oddly spot on. I mean, like very well captured his physique, specifically the gray spot, like the silver fox on the side of his head. I genuinely, this is one of those situations where when I had no context, my thought was no notes. No notes. You nailed that. To the tattoo artist, way to go. The creativity on this one, you nailed it. This TikTok specifically has reminded me, it might be a good time to bring back one of our favorite segments around here. That's right. It's Fuck Around and Find Out. I think that people are posting what they would think is a thirst trap of my husband. We got some people in these comments. They are fucking around. They're fucking around because they're saying things like how fine my husband is, or that like they would like a piece, or they're doing the little drool emoji. I'm gonna need you to sit down. Put your tongues back in your mouth. And be respectful. That man is a father to my children. And also, agreed. If I were not trying to be a responsible adult, I would also be commenting those things under my husband's thirst traps. Because same. But that's mine. That's mine. So I'm going to need you to get your drool comments out of there. Specifically, you guys could do some like hard eyes. What I will say is that I don't read comments often, but I have seen a fair amount of people. They're falling for the thirst traps, but it's actually not on the market. That man is he mine. But I will say is they are nicely balanced and complemented by the people who say in comments, or I've seen it here and there of people saying respectfully to Kylie, or if I didn't know that Kylie would come for me, I would say, and then they say what they want to say. Real recognize real. I really appreciate you at least acknowledging me before you drool all over my husband. That's respectful. I appreciate that. But that's mine. Till the end of time. That's mine. That's all I'm saying. And just a reminder, a gentle reminder, he's not on TikTok, but you know who is? Me. And if I catch you in my doom scroll and you are fucking around, you might find out. You might. That's it for Doom Scroll. Dawn Staley is coming up right after my first ever minivan mini update brought to you by Toyota. As the real ones will remember, earlier this year, I said that minivans were in for 2025. I'm not pleased about it. I haven't been pleased about it since the beginning. And I'm not wavering. I'm wavering a little bit. I'm wavering a little bit because I'm not going to lie. Minivans are so in that now I'm driving one. I'm officially a minivan mom. It happened. You guys sent in a ton of suggestions and I ended up going with the Toyota Sienna. I did do a test drive. Shout out to Teresa. She was incredible, very knowledgeable about the car. She made it an easy decision. I'm coming around to minivan life, but just know it's kicking and screaming, okay? And also enjoying the features, whatever. Well, if you also said that minivans were in this year and are looking for your next car, you can learn more about the Toyota Sienna at toyota.com/championship winning head coach. She's also a best-selling author, Hall of Famer, and maybe, most importantly, a Philadelphia legend. Dawn Staley, welcome to Not Gonna Lie and Go Birds.
Go freaking Birds. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming on. I'm not going to lie. Somehow we have not met in person. I am a huge fan, but we've nearly met a couple times at this point. There's actually a photo of you and Jason and Travis in a suite at a Phillies game last playoffs. I was actually at that game and Jason came back to the suite and was like, you'll never guess who I just saw. And I was very jealous. I was very jealous about that. Now, I think we're going to agree on this, but I want to say for good measure, Philly is the best sports town in the world. Is that right? Would you agree with that?
Without a doubt.
Okay, perfect. I want to make sure we're not leaning towards the South. I know you spend most of your time there now.
No. I tell people down here, like I work here. I'm not from here. Like I'm from Philly, and I rock jerseys. Like I rock jackets.
Oh, I've seen
like,
it.
I mean,
courtside.
Yes, listen.
I love it.
And some people, some diehard fans here, they send emails. They post social media messages about my attire. Like I should be wearing the school colors. I do wear the school colors, but also when we're going as far as we're going, when we win Super Bowls, you're going to see me in some Eagles gear.
Like me, like you were saying, you've been a lifelong Eagles fan. I can admit that I'm a little biased when it comes to having a favorite Eagles player, but do you currently have one?
I do.
And who is
that? It's
that?
Easy one though, because it's QB1, Jalen Hurts.
And I know that you guys have supported each other in some of the things that you've had going on recently. You have been on record talking about texting him before Super Bowl, and he obviously was supporting you guys in the national championship last year. How did you guys first get connected, and what is that support system like?
We have a mutual friend in Deuce Staley, who used to be an assistant coach with the Eagles.
My husband speaks very highly of
Yes.
Deuce.
So he introduced us. I know sometimes when you play for a team that's in Philly and you're the quarterback, like you're the star, it really is a lonely place. It's a lonely place. He's QB1. We lose. The city goes crazy, right? Like crazy. So I'm just like, I know it's a lonely place. Sometimes I just text him, hey, don't get too high with the highs or lows. Though he doesn't now. He's the coolest cat that I know. But sometimes you need to hear like you're the only one that's going to feel the pressure of everybody else, because other people in other positions can just kind of go under the radar, so to speak. But when it's the quarterback and when we know you got potential to take us to Super Bowls and win Super Bowls, you really feel the pressure. So I'm just like hanging there thinking about you. It's Philly, so ride the wave. And we rode the wave with him all the way to the Super Bowl, where it wasn't even a question whether or not we were going to win.
I will say, in terms of quarterbacks specifically, obviously they're usually the face of the organization at the time, like during their duration. And I do think that it's been made clear in not so distant history of the team that not everyone's cut out for this area. Not everyone is cut out to handle Philly. Our media is tough. They're honest, but so are the fans. And my husband always says they're some of the most educated football fans, that it makes it difficult to argue with their opinions, which I think is a testament to how passionate our city is.
That's the part that most people don't get. Like our fans are so educated. Obviously, we lead with our hearts. No doubt about it. Like we do lead with our hearts, but our brains are part of the process. Like they, sometimes I'll say this. We got fans like that in South Carolina where sometimes they are posting stuff on social media. I'm like, you might have a point there that I wasn't even thinking about. So let me take a look. Let me see the numbers. Philly fans are just, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle to cheer for the Eagles, the Sixers, the Fly, anything Philly. It's a lifestyle. Like it's a part of our very existence for our teams to do well. And it's a play on the heart, but it's also knowing what you're talking about. Like knowing like you can, like if you're going to argue, you're going to have some facts. I mean, and you're going to speak from emotions, and always talk about facts and emotions. Like some people react in such a way that is so emotional to them that they tend not to think about the facts, and they tend not to speak on the facts. They're just speaking because they're so hurt. Philly fans speak from emotions and facts.
Now, I'd love to get a little more into your coaching career. You are not only one of the greatest women's basketball coaches ever, but you are literally one of the greatest coaches, period. You were inducted into your third Hall of Fame. They're going to have to start making new halls of fame at this point out of all of them. Is there one that you're most proud of?
Absolutely.
And which is that?
It's the Naismith Hall of Fame, like Basketball Hall of Fame. I got, when you play a sport, that was probably the only selfish award that I wanted. Like I didn't really care about anything else, but the Naismith was near and dear to me because so many greats are in it. Like, and I don't think it's political. Like some of them are political where, you let this person in, it's a down year, let this person in because they're popular, right? They're going to bring people in. And it's,
sure.
For me, I don't think this Naismith Hall of Fame is one that is done in a way that's going to bring somebody in that's just really popular. So I wanted that one, and secretly, I wanted as a coach as well. Like I want to go in as a player, and now as a coach, because I just finished my 25th year coaching, and I'm like, is it Hall of Fame worthy? And the Hall of Fame nominating committee will be the ones that will let me know if my coaching career is worthy, to be in the Hall of Fame as a coach.
I mean, proof's in the pudding. I'm biased though.
Well, all the people in Philly, when they listen to this, okay, good luck to somebody's email down there.
Right? We love to manifest things around here. So guys, get to moving. You get it. Now, one of the most impressive parts of your coaching career is that you actually started coaching when you were still playing in the WNBA. You started your career at Temple. I believe it was 6 years. Is that right? That you coached and played?
Yeah.
How the hell did you do that?
One, Temple came after me, like when I'm in the prime of my career, to ask me if I wanted to coach. And I really turned them down like 3 times. Like, I'm like, nah, I don't want to coach.
You got to respect some persistence.
Right? And then I sat down with the AD. He was like, basically 2 questions. Can you turn Temple? Can you lead? That's number 1. Can I lead? I'm like, can I lead? Man? Did you do your research? Like, really? I was the captain on every team that I played on. So I was like, yes, I can lead. And then he asked me if I can turn Temple women's basketball program around. And I'm drawing the challenges. And I'm like, man, is this a challenge? And then, he took me through a series of interviews in which I didn't even know I was being interviewed. Like, it was a formal interview, and I didn't know it because I'm at the time 29, 30 years old, and all of my interviews were tryouts. Like, I've never been on like a real interview. And needless to say, they were so impressionable. I took the job 2 weeks later. And then, part of the process was I don't want to stop playing. Like, I want to play in the WNBA. I want to continue to play as long as I can play. And they were like, okay, fine. But then you get a staff together, and then you realize that it's doable. Yes, I'm away probably 5 or 6 months out of the year. But when you have a really good staff that's creative, that has more basketball experience than I do, we found a way to get it done.
Now, I like to do a segment with some of my guests called Coach Me Up.
Right.
It's where I ask for their expert advice on something. I am currently still a high school field hockey coach. I coach at the high school that I went to right outside of Philly. And so I would love for you to coach me up on coaching. So what is something that I can do at the high school level to bring out the best in my players?
This is going to be a weird one, though. I'm telling you, it's the parents. You have to get to the parents. Like, the parents are key. Here's why. Because a lot of times young people are talking to their parents a lot more than I talk to my parents during my playing days, than probably you talk to your parents during your playing days. You're a little bit younger, so you might have talked to you might not have talked to your parents, or you might, I don't know. But I find that young people talk to their parents so much that the parents are feeding them something. And if it isn't anything that you believe is going to help their child, or you believe that's going to help your team, then
it's counterintuitive.
Yes. So if you can talk to the parents, and I know it's exhausting, it is, but if you can get them saying the messaging that you want them, that their daughters to have, half the battle, like you've won. You certainly won when you got the parents.
I don't know about you at the college level, but I feel like every day I'm learning some type of new Gen Z term. Is there any vocabulary that you've learned over the last few years where you're just like, oh, okay, that must be new?
A whole lot.
Right?
Like Riz. I don't really know what Riz is. That Riz. Mm-hmm. Like the acronyms.
Yes.
And the emojis. Like I don't know. Like, and I got to give you this. Like I'm talking to a parent, right? She's upset because her child didn't play a whole lot. And I'm like, your child did play. She just didn't play well. So I got to put somebody else in that's more productive, right? And it's all through text messaging. So when I said that, she did this to me.
Oh. Okay.
The thumbs down. Like that's, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, this me. 10, 9, 8, 7. Like I had to count down before I responded. And then I'm like, hey, look, we can agree to disagree agreeably, but we can't be disrespectful. Like,
Oh yeah.
use your words. We're adults. Like, use your words. I may not like it. You may not like it. Like, but let's talk. Let's just talk it out. So it's just things like that sometimes you for text messaging for me, I mean, I could probably figure it out when we're just having a normal conversation, a face to face. It's the text messages, responses that really, like, that show my age, like, bad.
I had a talk with my team a few years ago because I had to explain to them that at the very least they needed to type complete words. Because I was like, we can be informal, right? Like we can have that back and forth, but you can also type a message to me and spell out thanks instead of THX. I was like, that's not coming to me. You can text that to your friends. That's not coming to me. Try again, because we're trying to prepare ourselves for potentially college or a professional setting. I know you are not texting your boss. THX.
Beautiful. You keep doing that. Really. I mean, it takes a lot of stamina to do it. I know it does, like to correct each and every one of them, but they don't know what they don't know. Like they don't know what's out there. And I'm the same way. Like I really am the same way because, one for us is for them, it's branding. Like they're a brand now. Like how they respond and react and what they post, and those are great things that has helped us. So we're utilizing the NIL space to help them have a better appearance out there, especially social media wise.
Now, you've coached against some of the WNBA's current best players when they were at the college level. I would love to bring up Caitlin Clark because you specifically just had a quote where you said she will probably go down as one of the greatest players to ever grace the league. Is Caitlin the best player you've coached against in college, and who's really up there?
The best player we coached against? We only coached against Caitlin twice, right? Both times she had over 30, right? I don't know if there's a player that I coached against that had 30 points against us in the two times that they played. Both, one's a win and one's a loss. I would say she's probably the most difficult to scout, to play against, in that she can beat you a variety of ways. She can beat you with her 3-point shot. But for me, the most dangerous thing of Caitlin Clark is her passing ability, her ability to make other people better, and her ability to have, other people's production along with her production. That's how you win. If you can get somebody to produce along with her, if you could take that away, and that was our emphasis when we won, when we beat them in the semifinals. No, actually it was the finals last year. We said Caitlin Clark's going to get 30. She can't have 12 assists, because if she's got 12 assists, then she's involving her teammates in a way that it doesn't quite add up. We can't produce enough points like they can. And it's probably easy points. They're probably layups. Those 12 assists are probably layups. They're not 3-point shots, because we could defend that. It's hard to defend a layup in transition when she's picking you apart, when they've created an advantage in transition. So we try to really concentrate on those areas. So yes, I think she's quite incredible, quite an anomaly when it comes to how many eyeballs that she's bringing on the game, and new eyeballs. And the newness of those eyeballs only want her to do well, only want you to speak very highly of her, only, want you to agree with what they agree with. And that's kind of hard when we are critics to everyone that plays the game. We're critics to it. It's a part of the fabric of sports to
right.
be
That's
able
the
to,
heart of athletics.
yes,
It's
like
the competition.
that's what we do. Like you wanna highlight Caitlin Clark for what she does well, but if you are her opponent, you wanna zero in on the things that she doesn't do well, right? Like,
Right.
you know, she's a risk taker when it comes to passing the ball. So she'll turn the ball over some. And that's a great thing if you're her opposition and her opponent. It's when she got everything else that's going on. As her opponent, you wanna detract from the amount of highlights that she provides on any given night. You want to take those highlights away. You want to take those easy buckets away. She's going to be great. It's hard for her not to be great because she's such a great player that can shoot the ball. When shooting is, you know, an incredible, you can shoot it from one step across half court, you're very dangerous. But to me, what makes her really dangerous is her ability to pass the basketball. So
the idea that you saying that people just want you to speak highly of her and speak positively, I think it's so interesting to view that as an athlete, to think that like that is exactly what's happening, that it's this idea that sort of like a player could do no wrong, but like that is the point of like you talking about game planning against her. Like obviously things can be done wrong. Her taking risks on passing, you being able to eliminate those options is what's going to then really work out the math for you guys to be able to take it. It's really interesting to know that the opinions that are coming in are those fresh eyes, are maybe people who haven't sort of been in sports throughout their life, to understand that that is the competition that drives these games. That is like, she would probably respect the fact that people are picking apart her weaknesses because she's on a journey to try and eliminate those weaknesses herself.
I mean, that's sports. Like that's
the heart of it.
That's the heart of it. And when you are singularly focused on one thing, and that's for Caitlin Clark to do well, and they're gonna tear my butt up for saying this, but I mean, I coached the best player in the world, Asia Wilson, and I tear her game apart. Like I criticize her. You know, she's gotten better with certain areas. Like I thought she could be a better rebounder. I thought she could be a better defender. Like I know she could score the basketball. I know she could shoot. You know, I know she could shoot the mid range better than anybody. In the game. That's what she was last year in the WNBA. But can you shoot the three? Can you counter what you do well? Like, because that's what people are going to take away. If they take it away the mid-range game, yes, you can get close to the basket, but close to the basket means you're going to attract a lot more people. So being able to, knock down the three ball will make her unstoppable with all the things that she's bringing to the table. And if I'm going to criticize my own, I'm going to criticize the people that are in the game. And it's not to say that what they're bringing to the game isn't great, like great qualities, but nobody walks or plays this game perfectly. No one.
And also someone as elite as Asia Wilson, you know for a fact that she did not get where she is by assuming that her game was at the top and that she had nowhere to go, right? Like that, her mindset has to be, I'm going to get better every single day. And so if I can receive that feedback and turn it into positive movement forward, that is the elite athlete mindset. Like she did not get there by not being able to say like, you know what, I do have some shortcomings. I'm going to fix that right now.
And I would say this, as we're talking about Caitlin Clark, when we did play them in the championship last year, there were like over 24 million people that watched the game. It topped 24 million. The average was about 18 million that watched the game. And do I think that people tune in to watch Caitlin? Absolutely. Give her all the credit. But when they tuned in, they saw a South Carolina team that was full of incredible talent that made our great game better. Like she brought more eyeballs to our game, but they found out that there's more really great players in our game that is worthy of being talked about and worthy of giving credit. So I think it's a win-win situation when we can have healthy conversation about what's happening in women's basketball and now the WNBA.
I might have been reluctant to go full minivan. I believe I've used the words, swore I'd never do this, but Jason and our girls have always been on board. And now that I'm a few months in, they're definitely loving the Sienna, which makes it harder for me to keep resisting. I will tell you, Jason is basking in the fact that I have caved about a minivan. He's been trying this for years. He really was pushing a minivan. He's a big minivan guy. The girls absolutely